Welcome to Ticket Stubs and Popcorn.
That's the show.
That's the name of our show.
That's the name of our show, everybody.
I'm Peter.
And I'm Frank.
And today's featured actor is Ryan Reynolds.
But before we talk about him,
That's right. Before we get going, okay, I'm sensing a question.
I've got a question for you.
Okay, what do we got?
Who is an actor that you wish, and it might be through fault of their own, maybe not, but you'd like to see them mix it up, have them see them do something differently, you know?
Yeah.
Who would you like to see?
Oh, okay.
Like use different, kind of like when you see like
I got you.
When you get
Okay.
it, you get it.
Well,
All right.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll think of
You
that
get it.
one.
All right, fine. But we're
Okay.
doing Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan
today,
Reynolds.
And, he's a lot of fun. Why don't
Ryan
you?
Reynolds. You want me to start?
Yeah, you
Okay.
start. Well, that gives me more time now.
I'm going to. Yeah, I know it. I'll have to think about the other thing later.
No.
Okay. Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
I'm going to start right now by saying my first movie I feel is, at least at this part of his career up to now, is the role he was born to play.
Okay. Pikachu.
You got it. Was I so obvious with that one? I
Pretty much,
don't
yeah.
understand. No, the role he was born to play, for me anyway, is Deadpool.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
We're gonna overlap.
yeah, I have a feeling.
Easily,
I don't
yeah.
think anybody could ever not pick this as one of their top, favorites performances by Ryan Reynolds. Deadpool. He's Wade Wilson, who is not related to Luke or Owen.
I always confuse them all anyway,
Tell me
so
about it.
you could tell me that he was. Although it would be pretty funny to have Owen Wilson playing Deadpool.
Play Deadpool. Yes.
You're like, wow. Whoosh, and then cut you with a sword. So, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So Deadpool. The character goes by the name of Deadpool. Also,
Right.
Wade Wilson. He's like what do you want to call him? The anti superhero
Yeah.
or the anti-hero, whatever. But he is a superhero in that sense, in that universe. And oh my God, he's what do you want to say? He's this motor mouth. One thing he'll get in so many lines, and just that, he can be foul mouthed and like a 14-year-old boy.
Yeah.
He's just fixated on certain things.
That's one of those great things when you've got an actor who really, really, really pushes a movie to be made, okay? And he loves this character so much, and then he embodies that character
Yes.
so much that you just cannot. Everything. There's just love in that character,
Yeah.
and there's just so much enthusiasm there. That's just it's so great.
You could tell that Ryan Reynolds himself loves every facet of this character.
Yeah.
And you could tell that Ryan Reynolds loves every second of every time he's in costume,
Yep.
in character.
Yep.
And so we feel it. We're
Most definitely.
we're jonesed by it too, because
Yeah.
he is. And it's just like, the audience, he's definitely got a fan base, and we feed off it.
Yeah, it is quintessential.
It is, yeah,
Like Ryan Reynolds.
yeah, and if he should have 45 more years of great acting career, this will be on his tombstone. I think it'll say Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
He is Deadpool.
That's how good it.
Yeah.
Exactly, he is Deadpool.
Yeah.
We can't say, oh, I like him because he's foul mouthed and vanity late. You know,
So
yes,
am I, and I am not nearly as likable as maybe if I ran around in a red leather suit. I don't have the ass for that. I don't.
Do we have to talk about this again?
Up.
Corky.
Corky.
Calgon, take me away.
Great. They're gonna call HR again. Anyway.
So I just love it. I mean, even, you know, the fact that when he's wearing his mask, which is almost all the time, you know, once in a while he'll like show the scarred face and stuff, but it's like that supposedly fuels his character, but to us it's like, we don't even care. Who cares?
Well, no, you know what though? I disagree. I think you do. One, I think it's
care, but
it's great when, you know, an actor who's a pretty good looking guy decides to go,
show.
Yeah, look at this crap I got all over my face. But also, it's just, I think that unbridled enthusiasm that he brings, and literally it makes it palpable.
And it can be like,
comes to the audience.
You know, the whole the sarcastic side is matter, the violent side. It's like he's got this exuberance for this character in every facet of that
brings
character.
you in. Yeah, no, most definitely.
Yeah, and it sucks you in, and you can tell you're like, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be laughing at this, but I'm laughing at this. This is just
oh no, you are supposed to be.
Oh yeah. But I mean, you know what I mean? Oh, am I too? Oh, I don't know. Am I too highbrow for this one? Or yeah, exactly. But you laugh at the things he says. No, you don't cringe necessarily at the things he does. It's just the way it is, and he just pulls it up so nicely.
So that's an easy one.
It is an easy one. Okay. This other one, it's like a almost a very similar role, same sort of a facet, but a much smaller role. Essentially, it's a cameo appearance a couple of times in this movie, and that's I have to get the real title. Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
Or Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw, something like that.
The Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that
vaguely remember
I don't really care for this franchise, Fast and Furious. I never did. I didn't get into it. But I will say, if anything good came out of it, it's the pairing of Hobbs and Shaw, which is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
I think he's just going by Dwayne Johnson.
Oh no, he is. I'm just using that as
The
his
Rock.
Thing. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Jason Statham. So the pairing of those two, it's good, it's fun, and all that stuff. Now, Jason Statham is the MI6 or whatever. He's British, and then the Dwayne Johnson character is American, and so he has an occasionally seen CIA handler, for lack of a better thing, and the CIA handler is played by Ryan Reynolds.
He's pretty funny.
So he's very funny in the movie, but it's essentially kind of this Deadpool.
Ryan Reynolds being Ryan Reynolds.
You got it.
Yeah.
And so it's that he's not in long, but I love it. There is a little weird quirk in this character, and he seems to be obsessed with Hobbs, the Dwayne Johnson character. He seems to be he's supposed to be his contact, his CIA handler, but he's also like, they share like tattoos.
Yeah.
There's something else there. Like
it's a weird little like fanboy stuff.
You got it.
Yeah,
so
he's funny in that.
He's very funny.
And it's good that it's in a small dose.
Exactly.
Because too much would be too much.
Yeah, because we already have this nice balance, if you want to call it that, between Hobbs and Shaw, Dwayne Johnson, Jason Statham. So you almost like too much could be too much, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
so
you don't want to.
Exactly.
It doesn't bring him to a third wheel.
Right. He's in there just enough to to keep you chuckling, to get to the next scene, to whatever. And then then at the end there's another little cameo that's like with the end credits sort of thing. I just like it a lot. And what's funny is a lot of times when we're doing our episodes, what usually attracts me to certain performances is not just that it's good or it's well-rounded characters or well-developed characters, but it's good when we're talking about an individual actor and we'll say, well, in this role she's doing something different in this one.
Yeah,
I'm having a little trouble because I've realized my picks for Ryan Reynolds are very similar.
Yeah.
And that's usually not what comes out.
Kind of makes the question at the top of this thing a little bit more ironic, doesn't it?
It does a little bit. Now that you say it, it does make me think. Anyway, so I was a little bothered by, now that I'm thinking, like my second pick is so close to the first pick, which is going to make the third pick.
What's the third?
Even a little worse is the Hitman's Bodyguard.
Oh, yeah. That's an interesting pairing, those two.
Yeah.
And it's a super fun movie.
So Hitman's Bodyguard, we got Ryan Reynolds and we got Samuel L. Jackson. And
the notion that someone would need to protect him. To protect Sam Jackson is just laughable.
So Samuel L. Jackson is the hitman, and he needs to be a witness in a very high-profile international, trial that's coming up, and so they worry that
they need to protect him.
International forces they're gonna try to knock off the witness before he gets there, even though it's Samuel L. Jackson. They're gonna try to knock him off. So he needs a bodyguard, apparently. Well, the thing that is different, it's a little different character, but still, the Ryan Reynolds character is kind of, at the beginning, we kind of see like this lovable loser kind of a thing, I guess. He used to be more at the top of his game. Something went awry. He's still
got mad skill.
Oh, yeah, no, he still does. But something went awry, so he's kind of been downgraded. Yeah. So now he's not doing
probably because he's sarcastic and lippy.
You got it. Where does that come from? We don't see that often enough. No. But the good thing is he can almost be almost like a straight man to Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson, he just, as he does in most of his movies, enjoys swearing. He loves that profanity.
Yeah. You know what would be great to know? It would be great to know that, like, at some point along the line, like, they just got him into a movie where his character needs to swear a lot. And he just does it so well. It would be great to know that, like, in his life, in his home life and stuff, there's none of that. That he is just like,
I would love it, like, after a few of these just profanity-laced career, it would be great to see, like, a little vignette of, like, after 3 or 4, years of this, and then going to visit his mother. And just have Samuel L. Jackson sitting across the table from his mother, and every once in a while, looking up from a cup of tea, and she just leans over and smacks him in the back of the head. I raised you different, boy. You know what I mean? What are those things?
The thing is that you could never do one of those, because even if he was in his private life just a very proper, didn't talk that way.
Who knows?
If you got that snippet, you wouldn't believe it. I'd be like, nah,
You'd be
they're
like,
just-
oh,
they're
he's
just- they're
now he's acting.
yeah, now they're doing a bit, you know. Nah, I'd be like, nah,
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
buy it.
But so
that's
in
funny.
this one, he's a little more of a straight man to
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson's character, but there's still a lot of banter back and forth. Going at each other,
Yeah.
saying things.
But
It's
it's
like
still
the one-upsmanship.
the Ryan Reynolds brand.
You got it, and it's like what do you want to? Almost like a road trip of sorts, because he's got to get him to
Right.
the thing. So it's that sort of thing.
Buddy
So
movie.
now I'm really kind of thinking, and I'm almost a little ashamed of myself, thinking, boy, I really did. I picked three fairly similar.
But
Well,
here's
I'll
the
just say
thing,
fairly
like-
similar. Now wait a minute though. Hang on, because in the back of my mind, I've seen some movies. There was a movie. I remember when I went to go see it, thinking to myself, "Oh, I'm kind of interested in seeing Ryan Reynolds in this movie." It was a Helen Mirren movie, Woman in Gold.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's the title, Woman in Gold, and it's about a Austrian woman who owned a famous painting, Gustav Klimt, maybe.
I've seen that.
Yeah. So yeah. And although maybe I haven't seen that one, I've seen many of his other ones. Anyway, and so she wants to get the painting back because it was taken from her family.
Yeah.
From through World War II and the Nazis,
Yeah.
and then it's passed along. But
I vaguely remember this movie.
and so he plays the lawyer. He's
Yeah.
her legal representation. So he's not playing a normal Ryan Reynolds role. It's not a comedy. He has to play it straight, and I got to
It
be
doesn't
honest.
work.
Yeah, it doesn't work. The movie itself, this has nothing to do with Ryan Reynolds. Even with Helen Mirren, who does a good job, the movie itself isn't that.
Yeah.
It's not that great. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Could Ryan Reynolds, pull this role off? Oh, I'm sure he could. It just wasn't done in this movie.
He's done
And so
those,
now
like-
I'm not sure, what we're going to be getting.
Yeah.
You know what
Well,
I mean?
he's done, like when he did like Definitely Maybe,
Yes.
it's like, the girl's mom
With the-
and all
yeah,
that.
yeah.
That was a little bit kind of less, I'll say kind of off brand, because there's a Ryan Reynolds thing. There's just Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you see him in any number, Van Wilder, which is one of my picks, okay, he's doing that Ryan Reynolds thing. You see him in Waiting. He's doing
Yeah.
that Ryan Reynolds thing. Deadpool with those are my one of my two others.
Even
Waiting.
the other one that you could say he's the quasi superhero. What's that? Paperboy? It's like a fantasy kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like that, he's still, there's a lot
He's
of this
still-
character. He's still like a man child, and he's just,
If you- And the thing is that when you see, and if you look at other stuff that Ryan Reynolds does, like follow him on Instagram, and you'll
Yeah.
see that he's very. That's kind
a
of the
lot
way
of
he
it's the
is,
same. Yeah.
And if you don't like that, you're not gonna dig Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
He's done like the romantic comedy thing, like when he was in The Proposal, which I
right?
thought was fantastic. That's one of my picks.
Okay.
All right, so I've got Deadpool.
I didn't mind that one, but
I've got The Proposal, which
Okay,
is
let's-
really, really great. And in a lot of his, and I've got Waiting. Those are my three. But as we're talking about Ryan Reynolds as like a brand and kind of doing that same thing, it's in the same way that you would put Robert De Niro as
yeah.
a brand, or even a Jim Carrey, because Jim
More
Carrey
so,
is
yeah.
often playing the same craziness, not necessarily the same character,
No.
but the same craziness.
Yeah.
But Ryan Reynolds is, you could almost take a lot of his movies where he's doing that Ryan Reynolds thing and plotted like, oh, when he was in college, he worked at Two Guys in a pizza place, and then he was waiting tables, and then he went to college, and he was Van Wilder,
Exactly.
and then he went into the military, and he became Wade Wilson, but it's all the same dude. And if you don't, and the thing is though, I'm delighted. I'll
I
take
don't have a
I
problem
think
with it,
he's
but
great.
I was
And you
more
see-
like figuring, is there something wrong with me? I'm picking the same
But
character.
that's just it's kind of like what he
It is
does.
his brand. Like
yeah,
he's called.
exactly. And the thing is though, it's not, and I don't say that pejoratively. That's
No,
not
I don't
bad.
either. Yeah.
I say it because I like it. I enjoy him. I
It
enjoy
sells.
his ads for like Aviator Gin, his little fake war with Hugh Jackman. It's all the same stuff. Did you see when he interviewed himself, like his fake twin brother Gordon?
No.
Oh, you got to find that video. It's hilarious. And so that's just Ryan Reynolds. I believe being Ryan Reynolds pretty much.
Oh, pretty similar.
But when you see him in stuff like Definitely Maybe or this
Woman in Gold
thing, it's not that he's bad necessarily.
No,
it's just that it's not quite there. Like there's a De Niro movie with I think he's with Anne Hathaway, and he's like an intern.
It's called The Intern.
It's called The Intern. And
he's like getting back into the
he's an older guy getting into the workforce with younger folks, and it's
like
that whole
downsized
fish
or
out of
something.
water thing, and let's learn stuff from the young people, let's learn stuff from old people, blah blah blah.
Right.
And it's just like, oh, okay, because you could have put any dude his age in that movie.
Yeah.
Because Robert De Niro just doesn't really work in that movie because it's just not, it's like putting Jack Nicholson in that movie. It's just like no. So
no, it's true.
So anyway, if Ryan Reynolds, and again, none of this is negative, but most of the roles that we love him for, and he's great in Waiting. He's very, very funny in Waiting. In The Proposal, he follows more in that, the rom-com tropes and stuff like that. So he's a little bit, he's kind of snarky and he's got all this, but then he shows some vulnerability later, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And he sort of chills out Sandra Bullock, and that's great. And that's a great movie. It's very funny.
Yeah.
I love it. I love seeing friends of mine who are in it in the background, sprinkled around. That's fantastic. But Ryan Reynolds, we have not yet seen, I'm not going to say you're not going to get, but we haven't yet seen a broad range of stuff from him.
Right.
But I wouldn't consider what he does like a crutch, the way I would charge Adam Sandler with doing the same thing. Adam Sandler will do an absolutely shitty movie because it's shooting fish in a barrel.
It's easy money.
But like Ryan Reynolds, he did another one for Netflix, and there are a bunch of people that I don't know. I don't remember the name of it, but he's like a leader of a team kind of thing, and he's got a little bit of the sarcasm in there, and you like it. It's a good. I really wish I could remember the name of it.
It's that movie,
and it's fine. It's fine. It looks like it might be starting to try to get a franchise going. By the time I edit this, I'll kind of throw a poster or something up here for you folks. We'll put it right there.
No, it's true. He doesn't use it as a crutch.
He doesn't use it as a crutch, and
I
it
don't
is
even
appealing.
think he's typecast, to be honest.
No.
I don't even ever think of it like that.
No, but I just think that he's charming and witty, and he's a lot of fun, and he's very natural and very easygoing, and that's what he brings to his roles. Those are the roles that he takes, and great. I dig it. So that's where I stand on Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
So,
Did we?
We did narrow down my three, even though I was prattling on quite a bit.
I got you.
Your three.
You got okay. I think I know your three.
Your three were Deadpool, the Gold Lady thing.
No. I didn't pick that one.
Oh, so
I just mentioned I tried to watch that one, and it's not one in the same vein.
So
the same brand.
Deadpool, and then there were two others that I do not remember.
We'll just call it Hobbs and Shaw instead
Hobbs
of
and
Fast
Shaw.
and
Oh
Furious
yeah,
Presents, whatever it is.
That one,
We'll
Hobbs
just
and
call it
Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw.
And then what was the other one? My God, this was
The
terrible.
Hitman's Body.
Oh yeah, that one.
And yours were, we agreed, we overlapped on
Deadpool.
Deadpool, and then you enjoyed The Proposal and Waiting.
And Waiting, yeah. Waiting is that's just a great.
Yeah, no, I mean
Anyways.
when he's in his element,
No one better.
he's great.
No one better. Yeah. So
It's
great.
it's fun. Like I said, I'll try every once in a while to catch whatever you want to call it, a different style movie, and I don't know. And it's not him necessarily; it just doesn't work sometimes for me.
So, which brings us to, ironically, our big question.
Yeah,
about
I know it.
Name an actor that you would like to see used a little differently.
Okay,
You cannot use Ryan Reynolds.
No,
That's
yeah,
your
no,
example.
we can't use him. One person who I really wish they could use differently is Melissa McCarthy.
Okay.
I really think she's talented, very talented.
Well, she was
I
good in
enjoyed
that,
her on
really
the-
sorry movie there, where she's the
Yes.
forger. Yeah.
No. Yeah, that one is the only one I can say that they're trying, but she's still got elements. I loved her in Mike and Molly, the TV show. Anyway, I liked her, and that really made me feel, oh, she can act. And then I started seeing her in movies, and there was a stretch there.
She's doing the same. Yeah.
They're like foisting this stuff on her, and that's what she's getting, or that's what they're offering her, and it's almost like, I'm not going to say John Candy or Chris Farley. They're stuck in this mentality of like, oh, this person's overweight. This is the role we're going to give them.
Don't even
A
start
woman
Chris.
instead. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, it's kind of like this idea, and it cheapens to me what she is capable of, because what is the name of that movie? Not to say I'm sorry. It's something.
I'm really very sorry. Something like that. It's
Something like that one, though.
Yeah. We're
Yeah.
doing a terrible job
Yeah,
today remembering
boy.
names of movies.
Well, you threw this question at me, and I'm
I
trying to
did.
come up with it.
It's
And
really unfair.
that performance.
Look, there's the name. Yeah,
there
happy
it is
now?
right there.
All right.
That performance is wonderful.
I really think
but
it's called I'm Really Very Sorry.
it might be, but there's still a little bit of in there when she'll go to her agents, steal a roll of toilet paper or something. So she's still kind of got a little bit of that going on. But anyway,
That's one. All right.
that one there. So isn't bad. But to me, she's definitely capable of more. I know she is, and they keep giving her, now whether or not it's just bad roles, bad offerings. Is she going for it? Is she? If these are the movies she's agreeing
Yeah.
to, I don't know. This stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not privy to any of this sort of stuff, but it just seems as though they just don't know what to do with her. And I would just love to see her in something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right.
Oh, so now who do you think is
We
either just not used properly, or give the person a different chance or something?
I would like to see, and I have something actually very specific. I would like to see Anna Kendrick
Mm-hmm.
do play a serial killer.
Why not?
And not just like some wild slasher kind of thing, kind of like, maybe not a serial killer, but like someone just sort of like evil, like, conniving and really kind of mean, sort of like Rosamund Pike was in Gone Girl.
In Gone Girl, yeah.
Like that. See her, because she's so damn sweet, and all of that. I would love to see it like a total, a real big switch like that. I think that would be really, really refreshing. So to see her play again, not like some big cartoonish like crazy villain, but like even if you went like true crime kind of thing, I want to see Anna Kendrick dark side.
Why not?
So yeah.
But you know what yeah, to have a full movie.
I want to see Andrew Kendrick.
Not like a small role in a movie. You mean like
Yeah, no, I
a nice
want
meaty
her,
role.
Yeah, I think that would be fun to
Like
see her do something.
sometimes things are done. I don't want to say gimmicky, but you could make the point that maybe it is done gimmickly.
If they think gimmicks are gonna sell tickets, they'll do it for the gimmick. I mean,
No, but though, like when they did Cape Fear, the remake version, the Robert De Niro one, when they did the remake, they took the two main characters from the original one, gave them cameos in the remake.
Yeah.
So they took the good guy, Gregory Peck, and made him a bad guy in the movie, and then they took the bad guy, Robert Mitchum, and made him a good guy in the movie. But that was kind of a gimmick. Well, they're still with us. We'll just give them opposite roles to get them back in.
You know,
right? So that one to me,
that's like putting
was like fun, but it was definitely, you noticed it and accepted it as that's a gimmick.
Yeah, well, that's like.
But you mean like a whole?
Like
you mean one whole movie focused on her as sure,
so,
something different.
Be different. So let's do the thing with the popcorn thing.
Yeah, you mean pick a name for next episode?
Pick a ticket stub out of a popcorn thing. Not branding. All right.
Ticket stubs.
All right, this is a good one. That's cool. There we go.
Very good. Very good. Okay.
All right. Cool. Great. Well, thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you next time. Remember to like and subscribe.
Take care.
That's